the ambitious Punani perspective. Okay? Some of my favorite people in the entire world are black women. Get into it. My other favorites are black men, but you know, that's not the point right now. I gotta get my after dark voice down pat, you know, because I'm a little high strung sometimes, and I don't know how to speak with that low Maya Angelou flow, but I'm gonna get it. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. If you've noticed, tonight's title is Yes, I Eat Fried Chicken. Get into it, okay? No jokes, but understand it. You know my titles always tie into what I feel, right? Yes. Okay, please be advised. This is Naysay with the Punani perspective. Why Punani, Nay? Because I'm a girl. Born with it, gonna die with it. It's mine. I am speaking. It is my perspective. I am Nay. I have something to say. Naysay with the Punani perspective. Okay, welcome to my mind wide open, like I always say, ladies and gentlemen, mind wide open. This is night school. Yes. A while ago, I saw a movie. I forget if it was on Lifetime or whatever, right? The Carlina White story. It was about a little black baby girl who was abducted, kidnapped from Harlem Hospital back in 1987. So fast forward, okay, after 23 years, Carlina, she had some questions for her mom, right? Because now Carlina is pregnant and she needed personal information, social security and birth certificate. And her mom was unable to supply it, right? Because she stole her from the hospital. She kidnapped her from who she belonged to, and she kidnapped her from her rightful place. Follow me. Today's title, this evening's title rather, is Yes, I Eat Fried Chicken. Follow me though. You know it all makes sense in the end, right? So Carlina had these questions for her mom, like I said, because she's now becoming a mom and she didn't have those personal documents. So she asked her mother, who was really her kidnapper, right? You know, check the naysay science if you understand what I'm saying. So when the woman she had grown to love, the woman's name is Ann Petway, right? Carlina loved this woman as her mother. She grew to admire her and to respect her and, you know, maybe possibly fear her. Like that was her mom, right? And think about it. After all, that is the only parent she knew. Yes, I eat fried chicken. So after a while, her mom finally turned over the documents, and when Carlina went to submit the documents to the authorities who needed the documents because she was pregnant, they informed her, sorry, Miss Carlina White, those documents are forged. Of course, she was stunned, like, what? Forged? So, you know, one thing led to another. You know how that works out. Eventually, I think y'all may have seen the movie as well. Her mom was eventually found out and arrested, and subsequently, she's now incarcerated in prison, right? Deservedly so. Carlina, however, had a short, brief moment in time with her biological parents. Her mom and dad were teenagers when they had her back in 1987 in Harlem. And it was a short-lived reconciliation. All right? Why am I saying this? Think about it. You know, naysay always has to tie something together with America, white, and black, right? I say all that to say this. Listen, Ann Petway was the mother who was really the kidnapper. America. She's our kidnapper. Get into it. So after all of these years, right, we're no different than Carlina, because she was still loyal to her kidnapper, which was her mom, right? Even after the woman went to prison, Carlina didn't want anything bad to happen to her mom. She loved her mom. That is us, ladies and gentlemen, party people. America is our kidnapper. And we are loyal to America because she's our mom. Cognitive dissonance, right? That is a word. That is true. Wow. It hurts, the truth. That's what they say. But it also says, shall what? Set you free. Get into it. It'll hurt you now, but it'll set you free. America is our kidnapper. Like Petway, Miss Ann Petway kidnapped little Carlina White. But little Carlina White, that was the only mother she knew, so she loved her, admired her, and respected her, and didn't want anything bad to happen. Do you want anything bad to happen to America, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, you know, we out here voting and stuff, right? We're out here serving in the United States military, right? We're out here talking about, I will die for this country, right? We have no real relationship with our true mother, our homeland. Like Carlina didn't have a true relationship with her parents either, because that kidnapper made her fall in love. We love America. We don't even know Africa. We don't know which country we come from. Carlina didn't know where she came from, but she knew something was amiss. Lady didn't have her proper documentation. We don't know our real names. What documentation? Smith, Jones, Johnson, Brown, Davis. This is payback. Get into it. And as always, I thank you all for being here with me and spending a little bit of your time this evening, because I know you have better things to do, right? Like what, Nate? Like knowing that we, the blacks, we like seasoning on our goddamn food. So you better buckle up, Tarzan and Goldilocks, cause yes, I like fried chicken. Get into it. Teach yourself and your babies. This is a Naysay staple for anybody out there that's new to Naysay. I have these little staples that I say every week. Get into it. You'll learn. Teach yourself and your babies. The Republicans and the Democrats, get into it. They're brothers. Yeah, they're fraternal twins, however. They don't look alike, but they are brothers. How so, Nay? Their mama is the US of A. Yeah, the Republicans and the Democrats came out of that cooch. The USA cooch. The USA cooch. USA cooch. That's where those fraternal twin brothers, the Republicans and the Democrats, came from. But their mama, USA, she came from their old evil greasy grandmama named Great Britain. Get into it. History lesson, night school, yes, mind wide open night school, featuring Naysay with the Punani perspective. Okay, so now George Washington, you remember he was the first one. He was the first one. He owned the slaves. He was the first one. Let's just start there, right? Okay, so he and his cohorts, originally from over there with the England people, they had this whole war thing. And they got their whole freedom thing. And it came up like in around 1776. But you know, we were still in the handcuffs. Just read what Frederick Douglass said about that. You know, Naysay with the Punani perspective. This is the night school. So I'm going to give you little hints here. Okay, so after Lincoln got elected, 11, the number that comes after 10 and before 12, 11 southern slavery states, you know, they was like, we out of here, we bouncing from the U.S. because, you know, we like to keep the slaves. You know, we ain't doing no work, but we're going to blame them in the future for being lazy. And, you know, we're going to keep the slaves because we like to rape them. But we're going to call them the baby daddies in the future. That's what we're going to do to them. And you know, We ain't down with this, Republican stuff with freeing the slave stuff, because we like to keep the slaves, because we're going to make them build everything for the country. We're going to steal it from them, including their inventions, and we're going to keep them down through housing and through the justice system and through the medical. I digress, because I could go around, rant and rave on and on and on. So let me get back to my original point, ladies and gentlemen. But you understand, this is passion, right? Okay, so those 11 slavery states, they bounced from the Union. History lesson night school. Okay, so they started this whole thing called the Civil War, right? So Abraham Lincoln got elected in 1860. You know when the Civil War started, ladies and gentlemen? Do you know? 1 year later. They didn't waste no time, right? They was like, what? Slavery? Get rid of it? Nah, fool. It took them less than a year to form a whole shaboing to start a whole war. So they planned a whole war within 1 year of Honest Abe's election, because they wanted to keep us as slaves. Yo, they are serious, right? Okay, so fine. Night school. Now, we're going to jump. The Civil War began because they wanted to keep slavery. End of the story, period, point, and the blank. So we're going to just move our minds into thinking like this. Why didn't they make this evening's title, Yes, I Eat Fried Chicken? Same mother. The twins. Yeah, Republicans and Democrats. Same mother, USA, right? Same ideology, right? One party back in the days, the Republicans wanted to keep the slaves free. One party back in the days, the Democrats in the South wanted to keep the slaves as slaves. Then somewhere along history's line, they switched parties. But when I say switch, the people just move from one party to the other. So the ideology is the same. So it's the same. Ain't nothing different. What was different though, like when we got a chance to vote? Because we used to be Republicans. Yeah, because they were the party, right? And then when they switched, we switched. Get into... This is night school. Yes, so shit changes is the point, right? So same bird. Don't forget. We, the blacks, we gonna eat these motherfuckers alive 400 years or up. That's my point. Get into it. It's the same ideology. It is one bird, but they have two wings. It's no difference to black people, right? Just remember, 400 years or up. You know why I'm so happy? Because I'm watching our ancestors at work. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, some of our ancestors never saw some things in their lifetime, right? Yeah, some of them never did. But you got some people well into their 90s still alive right now. And they were born at a time where they didn't even have indoor plumbing. And they got to live to see not just one black president, but now you got a female about to be a vice president of these United States. They were born when they couldn't even shit on the inside. And the Afro Pick Award goes to... Right. So here's my award, as I must display her. Yo, this is my girl right here. Yes. Okay, so that Afro Pick Award goes to none other than Jeezy himself. Now, listen, don't get it twisted. I love me some hip hop, but the reason why I'm giving Jeezy the Afro Pick Award is because that dude was calm. You know that he was like this. So that's why he gets the I'm about to say the hip hop award. That's why he gets the Afro Pick Award, because it's like elevation. You know, he mentioned all of the young guys that got murdered for beefs. For what? For what? For what, black man? He put a nail in the coffin, and no pun intended. But what I'm saying is, when you dead that, you dead that. We gotta dead this love to America. Now, what do you mean, Nate? Knowledge of self is key to everything, right? So I just want you all to know that I love you, right? Buy white, buy black. Ujima, studying the fourth principle of Kwanzaa, which is what? To build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together. I wish Black Friday meant buying black. My quote for this evening comes from World, but the line is this. This is where Jay-Z says it, right? He says, I don't jive turkey, say happy Thanksgiving. Shit sound like murder to me. Now, are you ready for that? Because you know, when you woke, I'm just asking for a friend, going back to the beginning with, you know, it's one bird, it's two parties, same ideology, same message, keep us down, keep our mind stimulated with other bull jive. Okay, I have another question. What black businesses have you recommended today? Have you recommended any? Has any been recommended to you? And lastly, did you get your guns yet? Okay, final message. That's it. Final message. Okay, please be advised. The Dems and the Republicans, you know, they're from the same bird. Don't get it twisted. One is not better. One is not worse. They're fraternal twin brothers. Their mother is America and their grandmammy is Great Britain. Yes. Come on, AOC. Bring the squad. Yes. AOC. Because you know what? I like AOC. Fuck what you heard. She got all the spunk. She speak 2 languages. She was a literal bartender, so she can speak to the common person. Later, for all of those elites up in there, we got enough people that could speak to the elites. We need the people to speak to us right here. And we naysay with the Punani perspective. Thank you so much for joining in. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Mwah! Thank you.